Hi, I'm Shannon from houseimprovements.com. Today's video I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these siding blocks. So they're an accessory that you can use with vinyl siding, and it just makes it easier for trimming around obstacles that are protruding out of the wall. So some of the examples would be like a vent for your bathroom fan or your dryer, and that's what this one here would be. This one here, it's really designed to go around hose bibs or your water line like that's coming out of the wall. But it can go around a lot of different obstacles, mainly because it actually comes apart, and there's some actual little lines on the back that you can cut out if you need to for different shapes and sizes, but you can custom cut it to whatever you want really. But it's great for those objects like that where there's a pipe coming out of the wall and you can't remove the pipe to put this on and then put the pipe back through. So this will just, you can cut out whatever shape you need, place this back around the obstacle, and it would get nailed on the wall. And then what happens with all of them, let's just say that spigot was here, what happens with all of them is you can measure and cut all your siding within 1/4 or 3/8 of the inner box, put all your siding on, and then when you're all finished, you simply snap this trim ring on like that, which basically kind of forms a J around the object and hides all your cuts and that sort of thing. So they're very handy. Like I said, this one will do a lot of different aspects or a lot of different objects protruding from the wall, and it's a really handy one. So there's that. There's ones like this in different sizes used for light blocks, electrical panels, maybe the electrical shut off for your air conditioning unit, those sorts of things. And they, like I said, they come in different sizes, and really they're the same idea. There's the trim ring that slides off. You've got this block or hub that you can cut out whatever shape you need to fit around the object that you're working with, nail it to the wall, and cut your siding, install your siding, and slide your trim ring back on. These also come in gable end vents, all kinds of different products, and it's a lot easier than trying to J around these objects individually and get a nice look. So they're pretty easy to deal with really. This one's already installed, so I'll just pull the cover off. So we had a pipe just like this coming through the wall. We were able to slide this first piece in, which looks just like this. Okay, it's got the damper inside already. They will come with a pipe. Most of them will come with a pipe extension as well. In this case, we didn't need it. The pipe was already brought right out to where we were working. So you put this on, use a little level, get it leveled, nail it all in place. There's different slotted holes all the way around. I nail these snug, unlike siding where you need it to move a little bit. These you can nail snug. And then what I do, whether I've got just foam here or I've got house wrap, I'll put a strip of tape across the top so any water that gets behind your siding is still shed out and around and not in behind the flange here and possibly into the hole or whatever you've got going on in the wall. So I'll just show you installing this one on the vent, just to kind of show you how easy they are. Get a couple things here for me. So they still install with the same fasteners that you do for your siding. So basically you put it in place. In this case we've got the pipe dictating where we need to be. And get it roughly in place where you want it. Throw a level on some part of it so that you can get an idea of level. I've got 2 inches of foam here, so I can push that through quite a ways. I'm just going to double check. Still good. I basically usually start with my 4 corners. And then depending on the size and shape and everything else, I may use some of these other holes, and then I may not. Usually I like to use most of the ones across the top. That holds the top back nice so that when I tape it, it's not bulging out and the tape seals well. Okay, so we've got that. Then I simply take some sheathing tape, and you'll notice I'm using white, and that's because I just find that the white, if it happens to show around the edge, it looks better than the red, but I also try to keep it up where it hopefully won't show, so I don't put it right down tight in that corner, because once your siding's all on there, usually if you keep it up a bit, it'll all cover with the siding and you won't see it, because what happens is when these covers go on, and you probably can't see from that camera angle, but you can see in a little bit, so you will see that first quarter inch where your siding isn't covering anyway. So okay, so pretty easy. So then, yeah, obviously next step would be measure and cut all my siding, snap it into place, and once I've totally sided around the whole obstacle, then I can put the covers on. And they go on really easy. They have a little bit of resistance coming off, but I don't know if I've ever seen one of these blow off or come off on their own, so they actually hold quite well. Okay, so that's that one, and like I said, on the faucet, I'm not going to install it, but I'll basically show you kind of what's involved here. So we've got a water spigot here already projecting out of the wall. Simply take this apart. If you need to cut the hole or the opening in it a little bigger, you can. I think this one's actually going to fit. I need to just get this behind. There's a plate on here. I need to get the trim behind it. I don't have a lot of extra pipe there, so just get it up in behind. Slide the other half in. It kind of snaps together. The two halves kind of snap together here on the side, like so. Then same thing, I'd put the level on, get it straight, get my corners done. Then I'll always put a nail in this here too, because that's what keeps that joined together. So like I said, that will work around a lot of different obstacles. The other one that I have today that I'm going to show is for the light box, for an octagon box on the outside for your lights. I'm just going to grab a couple things and head up there. Okay, so for the light box, one of the first things we need to do is, because I'm going to get rid of this cover, because the box itself projects from the wall, we can't use that as a electrical device box. So you need to extend the box, the existing box that you have. So with an octagon, it's pretty easy, because you can buy these rings. I believe each one of these is 1/2 inch. There could be actually 1-inch rings, I'm not sure, but 1/2 inch is what 1 inch is what I need, so I'm going to use 2 1/2-inch rings. So I'm going to put these on my existing box, and that just extends the metal box out far enough to enclose the wiring legally. So we'll just quickly do that. Okay, so I've got my extension rings on there, and obviously my wires are all back in there. Now I've also already off camera taken and cut the circle, 4-inch circle that I need for these boxes out of the mounting box, so that it's big enough to fit this. Now next, what I want to do is just center myself on the rings that I added in and get myself level. book there, so I kind of know where I should be. Stick these guys in. Tack one in and then I'll double check it. Oh, I didn't hit anything in that one hole, so we'll obviously put some more nails in, but you can see it's just as easy as what I did with the vent cap there, really. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, so we got that on in place. Now your light fixture, obviously you can still use the screws on these extension rings to mount however your light fixture goes on. I'm gonna do that bit of flashing with the tape across the top like I did down below. And like I said, that just helps direct any water from getting right behind there. Should direct it out and around. Okay, so really it's as simple as that. You do your siding, pop your ring back on, mount your light, and you're done. So you can see they're quite a time saver. If I was to take the time to have to jay around all this stuff, which in this case this isn't very easy because you're dealing usually with a round base on the back of your light, so it's pretty tough to jay around something round. So you'd have to mess around with some other kind of flat metal and then jay around that or something. Like this just saves so much time. So, and I don't know, there's quite a few different manufacturers. You can't always get these to match every siding color. So, you know, you got to kind of pick and choose a little bit. So you may even have to go with something that's offsetting from your siding, but in a lot of the cases you'll find something that's, if it isn't the same color, it's a very close match. So, okay, so I think really that's all I can show you with those vinyl siding boxes, mounting blocks I should say, and you can see that it's easy to do and it really saves you a lot of time and it's worth the money. Thanks a lot for watching, and check us out on our Facebook, our Twitter, Patreon. Give us the thumbs up of course if you like this video, and we'll see you in the next one.